Good day guys, my name is Lord Tomo. We're going to get into another Sonic the Hedgehog toy item collective review. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo with the blue steel. Good old Sonic the Hedgehog on a fine day. Anyway, let's put him aside and get into the actual review because it's something that I wanted to review for a while and you can probably somewhat guess what it is based on his back, but let's get into it. This is a Shadow the Hedgehog from Jazwares review plush / disappointment. For those who've been keeping wind of my channel, I've often said a few times more or less that the reason I neglect to collect plushies in general, in terms of from the Sonic range or any plushies in general, is due to the quality. Now that being said, I have reviewed some copious amount of awesome Sonic the Hedgehog plushies, and there are some awesome ones being announced as well as Big the Cat and SBO the Chameleon, which I'm so looking forward to get, because those guys, GE Entertainment, are one of the top-notch contenders when it's, to be honest, in comparison to the ones from Sega in Japan, from the Joy Palace. They're the top contenders in my honest opinion on quality and just overall superbness. And I wanted to pick this up for two reasons, just to as you can probably tell from my tone of voice, just to voice my general concern as to one of the reasons why I don't like specifically collecting plushies in general, and this is one of the reasons. Now, it's not to say that it's unrecognizable. It is. We all know this looks like if you can really say it, Shadow the Hedgehog, but he has a very derpy face, and I'm gonna assume and give these guys the benefit of the doubt, even though they're no longer licensed through Sega and all that sort of stuff, that this is probably one of the poorer qualities of the mass-produced versions of these. Of course, I'm sure many people are probably going to come out and say that, you know, their ones look more or less the same, but it is what it is. Let's get out of the way and discuss it, because there are some awesome plushies that I have picked up and which, contrary to popular belief, completely sway my mind to the other side. So let's get into it. This is Shadow the Hedgehog. First annoyance, this is personal nitpick. It's something they shouldn't be doing, but they did what it is. They always have the tag on an obscure part of the character's face or legs or limbs or whatever. I've always said that if you have a little hashtag or a little tag, always put it there because it goes out of the way. Why they insist to put it, not just the Jazwares, but in general, why they insist to put it anywhere else besides the little hashtag is beyond me. It just takes away from the actual design. I know why they would do it, so you can remove it and then you lose its values in terms of collectability, but more so if you put it near the face, it's more prominent and more, hey look, it's part of the Sonic range, just buy it. So it makes sense why they have it in the face or any part of the upper torso. It's just annoying beyond all comparisons. So yeah, now this is another nitpick. So this is very misleading in various ways. This is a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's from the Sonic the Hedgehog range. Okay, it's from Jazwares. Okay, and yet you call it Shadow. And a lot of parents, if not a lot of kids, might find that a little why sort of moment. It doesn't make sense beyond just why. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? There's if you're gonna say Sonic the Hedgehog, you could always just say Sonic the Hedgehog range or something of that nature. But this is somewhat misleading. This, to an extent, would say, unless you're a diehard or you know something or anything about Sonic the Hedgehog other than Sonic the Hedgehog and his three friends and the evil nemesis, people wouldn't necessarily relate this to Shadow the Hedgehog. They'd be like, who's Shadow? Is this guy meant to be Shadow? But who's Shadow meant to be? Why does it say Shadow and yet there's a picture of Sonic? Many questions, but it is what it is. On the actual back it says basically collect them all, Sonic the Hedgehog, and it has a seal of approval just in case you might use this as a stabbing device, which is probably not the case. There is a Sonic one, an Amy one, and there was a Metal Sonic. Honestly, the Sonic is okay, but the one that stands awesomely superb beyond belief is the Metal Sonic. So if you're going to pick any of the four, definitely pick up the Metal Sonic, which I have reviewed. Check out my channel. Now, the other criticism I have is his face looks just looks derpy as derpy can be. So I'm bringing this as close as possible just to showcase. Now there's a lot of stitching going on. It's literally just a material on top of the main material and just stitching it on. It just doesn't look professional in any conceivable way. I'm going to assume this is designed for kids who really don't care about the quality of the plushes, which I would imagine, you know, that's okay. It just, for guys like myself or collectors like myself that are much older, it's quite an annoyance. His eyes look pretty, granted his eyes do look menacing for the most part, but it looks pretty, you know, he's herpderping. Oh, the full shadow. Okay, I've offended somebody there. I'm definitely gonna get a dislike for that. His mouth is okay. It looks more like fangs than anything else, but I guess it doesn't. His nose is severely twisted to the other side, so there's no way, unless you put a copious amount of effort, that it's ever going to point directly in the middle or always bounce to one side or the other. I'm going to assume it's paying me my plush, but it is what it is. And the colouring, it's a bit off. I don't know if you can really tell, but for shadow, it's meant to be a dark shade of red. It is red, but it's extremely what's the word? It's extremely light for red. Now there is a trick to it. See how if you push it down all the fur, it's pretty light, but if you push it all the way at the top, it gives it a more dark prominent red, which I guess that's what you're meant to be doing. Pat it like a pet. I don't know. Maybe. His chest looks interesting. My chest hair looks way much better than what his chest is, but that's an argument for another day. So it does its job. It's overall, to give it credit with credit is due, his actual spikes on the backs are well proportioned and well done. Of course, you have his little side ones here, and you have just a flimsy little material which isn't going to contrast well to my black vest, which why did I even wear that to do this review? Just totally, but yeah, you can see it. So it's just a flimsy little material that does his tails and his two back spikes at the bottom. But his headpiece, look, credits given when credits due, looks absolutely awesome. Just the way it's stitched, and just the stitches are seamless. So that's an awesome little, you know, plus to this plush. Look, I'm not, you know, you got to give it when it's credits, you know, give credit when it's credits due, right? So the back looks absolutely superb and encapsulates the essence that is Shadow the Hedgehog from the back. From the front, it just looks like his special ed brother, Shadow the Hedgehog. Or unless you play this Shadow the Hedgehog game where you've realized that he has various clones, this could be the defective clone of Shadow the Hedgehog. So there's that. His hands are probably the most disappointing, I would say. Now his hands are stitched on. It's literally just one piece, and they stitched on like little layers. Let's see if I can get a really decent. There we go. You can somewhat say like it's pretty much stitched on just around his face, just to not visualize. What am I saying? Just to give you the look that's fingers, which is okay, but it just looks stupid. I'll be honest. Now his wrists are alright, maybe, I guess. And that's his little gauntlet thingy. So disappointed in this. It feels like I'm slagging this bad beyond all belief, and I shouldn't be, because this isn't designed for guys of my age. But who am I to complain, right? So that's his other hand, exactly the same. That's his actual hashtag, Sonic the Hedgehog, but he's black. How does that even make sense? You should have at least changed that to Shadow the Hedgehog. At least it would make sense. But his legs looks extremely flimsy. There's not enough. Surprisingly, his legs do have enough stuffing, which is awesome. His arms don't, which I guess makes sense if you think from a running point of view. You need to have strong legs. Now both his feet are pretty chunky looking. So look, credits due was, you know, credits given when credits due. So that's his feet, and look, they did go out of the way to actually give it a bottom base. Look, it looks stupid from the side. It really does. It looks like he's on high heels, you know. He's exploring his sexuality. He's exploring. He's a special Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's just work with that. So it looks like he's on his stilts, and they went out of the way to give it detail. Gotta give it to them, and that's on both legs. I mean, both feet. So which is pretty alright. Other than the fact that it looks like he's on stilts, it's morally okay, I suppose. Look, it's not a bad plush. I only paid about $10 for it. Is it worth its weight in gold? I don't know. I generally felt that I didn't want to be honest, the only reason I picked this up for two reasons. A, just to showcase the reason why I particularly don't like collecting plushes, because you may suffer from indiscrepancies between one plush to another. And more or less the other reason is I bought a whole bunch of plushes, GE Entertainment, from a seller, and this was one of them. I was like, you know, just throw it in, I'll pay for it, you know, might as well just see give it the benefit of the doubt, right? But look, it's I don't want to say it's horrible. It's definitely not horrible, but it's by all means not the best, or even on par, if not even on average, to what should be expected from this, you know. The European, for those who haven't checked out, there were other iterations of Shadow the Hedgehog, and there was like a European prize machine version of it. I've done a review, check it out. That is so much 10 times better. That's the quality where it should be. On the flip side, it kind of makes sense why they would basically skip on a lot of quality assurance on this, simply because of its size, and I'm guessing they're just aiming for the lower market, for people who just want to have a throwaway toy or item, or plush in this case, just quick buy to shut your kid up sort of thing. And I guess you gotta give it to them for actually doing that, because this is really annoying. Because at the end of the day, there are different, you know, there are different merchandise with different levels of collectors. Just like the Sonic Boom merchandise, there's like the very, you know, minute, very poorly, I wouldn't say poorly done compared to this, a version of Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Boom, and then you have a medium range, and then you have top tier, which is the big expensive one, which has all the sounds and whistles, which I bought, which I think is absolutely awesome. Despite what people may say about the Sonic Boom series, the merchandise is superb for the most part. There's a few hiccups here and there, but yeah. Is this worth your weight in gold? Look, it's one of those things where I'm going to leave it up to you. If you're heavy into collecting plushies, go get it. It's probably something that you impulsively want to get because it's a plush and it's from the Sonic series. For someone who wants to probably skip over it, I probably would recommend to skip over it, simply because there are better things out there you could be spending your money on, especially if you're tight on money. I made my channel to not indiscriminately review the best of the best. I got to review everything equally, and unfortunately this is one of the items where I had to pick up just to show you my disinterest in this item, to say the least. $10 is a super rare. I'm finding this on Amazon, I found this on eBay, I found this on my local game store. So 1 star out of 10. Is it worth picking up? That's up to you. Me personally, on any other given day, I probably wouldn't. It's something I needed to do because why not, sort of thing. But look, it has character in a weird, special kind of way. I guess you could roleplay and make this be the Shadow the Hedgehog clone that shouldn't have existed. That's how I'm using this one. Anyway guys, let me know what you thought of this actual plush, if you have one, if your one's better, if my one was just the bad draw of the store, to say. Is it something you would pick up? Is it something that you would personally get? I don't know, maybe, but I'm going to call him Special Shadow the Hedgehog. Anyway guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. Leave comments, let me know what your thoughts on it. All the fun stuff that normally associates with people saying all that sort of stuff. Let me know what you think of it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Good memories, bad memories? Who knows? Guys, thank you for checking out this review. Speed on, take care, till next week. Peace.